Hello friends and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a review on almost the full Pillow Talk collection by Charlotte Tilbury. There are just a few items I do not have, especially after her big launch a few months ago with like the big Pillow Talk palette and then the Pillow Talk like medium deeps and lipsticks, but the rest I can review for you guys, so keep on watching. Thank you. Okay, so starting it off with what launched the entire Pillow Talk collection is the Pillow Talk lip liner, which was basically such a perfect nude lip liner that it became an award-winning cult favorite, and it would later launch a lipstick in the same shade, or to go with it more, I guess. Anyways, this is it swatched, and it's like every Charlotte Tilbury lip liner where it swatches very easily and really nicely. There you go, if my camera would focus. See, it's just like a perfect muted like rose mauve. And the lipstick that goes with it is the Pillow Talk lipstick. And it's slightly peachier, in my opinion, than the lip liner, but it matches almost 100%. But it still goes nicely with like the slightly darker lip liner and slightly lighter lipstick, and it looks fantastic on the skin. But it also dries down pretty matte, but it's not an uncomfortable matte where you don't feel comfortable wearing it or it really accentuates any lines or dry patches on your lips. It's very comfortable. It also doesn't smudge much with gloss, so it stays pretty intact, but you can have like a glossy finish for it too. And that is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Bluster Gloss in Pillow Talk, so these shades are meant to go together. And this is just a complete side note, it has nothing to do with the actual Pillow Talk collection, but I'm swatching the shade Bitch Perfect next to it, and this makes the most beautiful center highlight for your lips. This one right here, for when you put on Pillow Talk. They work really well together despite them being kind of two different color stories, with one being more rosy mauve and the other one having a little bit of like a nude peach or nude coral kind of situation. Okay. So next up, we're going to be talking about the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Luxury Palette of Pops. It's basically 4 shades that go really well either by themselves, a little bit together, or it looks really nice too if you put it on top of like a matte eyeshadow to make a like pop in the center. So this is what it looks like up close. I used it a few times before I decided to do a review on the collection. So as you'll see, like my fingers have definitely been in it, but it comes with 4 shades. The gold one at the top is the Prime. The pink one is the Enhance. The third one is that beautiful, gorgeous, like coppery brown. And the 4th one is that orange type of pop. So I'm going to show you what it looks like swatched by itself and on 2 different Charlotte Tilbury primers, so you can get a good idea of what works best with it. Okay, so starting off with dry swatches with no primer, I'm going to do on the back of my hand. So, sorry. This is the Prime shade. See how absolutely gorgeous that is? And it's gold, but it has like kind of rose gold hues and reflex to it. Like definitely when it hits the sun, it has more of a pink tone to it, which looks absolutely gorgeous on top of like a light rose shade or even just a matte like nude. And then I'm gonna go into the pink shade, which is the Enhance. And see, I like these shades because they go well together. it has, despite it looking very pink in the pan, it has almost like a more orangey coral color story once it reflects, instead of like when it's flat and then when it reflects. And then I'm going to go into the smoke shade, which is the brown that I've been obsessed with and I've been putting on my eyes like almost every day I do or practice makeup. But you'll see it has a little bit of like, even though it's like a brown, it has a little bit of like an orange hue to it. Like the whole collection has slight orange hues to it, which I love because I have blue eyes, so orange and like kind of copper shades look really good, I personally think. But the fourth one is the Pop, and this is like the orange one. And see how well they all go together. But yeah, so that's dry swatches just going in with finger. I'm gonna now show you guys what it looks like when I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter and the Wonder Glow Primer. Okay, so starting off with the prime shade, this is gonna be, I primed my arm with the Hollywood Flawless Filter. So that's the prime shade when it's on primer. I think it reflects like really nice and almost changes the story, because the reflects are much more gold when it's on primer than pink as it had been. So now I'm gonna go into the pink shade on the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and see it's much more orange now when it's on primer, but I feel like the colors translate, or like I guess pop more per se, when it's like on the primer. And then the smoke shade, which is the brown, I absolutely love on the Hollywood Flawless Filter Primer. It translates so beautifully and it reflects gorgeously. And now for the Pop shade on the Hollywood Flawless Filter. See, I feel like the primer very much added and enhanced these shades compared to the ones I had done on the back of my hand. Like, they definitely represent the colors in the pan much more. So if you're gonna use the palette, I do suggest maybe wetting your brush after you go in, or wetting your finger after you go in, or using primer so that they do pop more. And now these are the 4 shades swatched on the Wonder Glow Primer. They didn't translate as well, and they were actually harder to apply slightly with the Wonder Glow Primer, but it's probably because the Wonder Glow Primer is a face primer and not an eyeshadow primer, so it's meant to be tacky, so it's going to be a little bit harder to apply, but it still brings out a nice payoff. However, in terms of going in or getting the most out of the shadows, I would say the Hollywood Flawless Filter definitely left the most pigment and shine and luster to the shadows, and I think it translates really well. So if you can find either a good dupe for the Hollywood Flawless Filter or use that, I've used it personally on my eyes before, so I feel like it's eye safe. I would definitely go with that because it really brings the most out of the palette. Okay, so the final thing I'm going to be reviewing today is the ColourPop Swish and Glow Blusher, which is the Charlotte Tilbury's Cheek to Chic blush, and I am personally a blush fanatic. Like, I feel like you can wear no makeup at all, but just a little bit of blush and look absolutely flawless and absolutely beautiful, because it just kind of gives life to the face, especially because I'm somebody who does not go outside very much even before quarantine began, so I have very like pale skin, as you guys could probably see from my arm. So when I'm able to add that little bit of wash of color to my face, I just look more alive, I feel more alive, and I feel very beautiful. So I'm going to be swatching the Cheek to Chic blush, which if you've ever seen a Charlotte Tilbury blush, you would know that, well, A, the packaging's beautiful, but it has 2 shades basically. It's like a 2-in-1 blush. It's the outer rim, which is the Swish, and then the middle part, which is the Pop. So according to her YouTube videos, the swish you apply from like the apple of your cheek up, and then the pop you kind of put dead in the center for I probably look so like fuller, more flushed cheeks. So I'll be showing the shades individually and then what they look like applied together with a brush, sorry. And then I will be putting them on top of a cream blush to show how that translates, because I'm a big fan of putting down a cream blush first and then applying a powder blush. I think it enhances it really nicely, and from seeing myself photographed, I guess, with different combinations of blushes on, I can say for a fact I definitely see more color, and my face doesn't look as washed out if I do a cream blush first. So, starting off, there is the blush, and I'm gonna actually first swatch it with my fingers. So, there's still a little bit of sparkle in my hand from but that's the outer part. It's very muted, but it looks really nice on the face because you don't want anything too pigmented for blush. And then the pop, which actually would be a nice highlighter, I think. And now I will show you what they look like together. So I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques brush. It's an Instapop cheek brush, so I'm assuming it's for blush. If it is not, please let me know, because I don't know. Anyway, so just going in on my very sparkly arm. Sorry, this would apply, or it would definitely give off more color on my face, but if you can see that little bit swish of color. Now I'll show you. So that's one coat, and if we were to go back in, that would be what 2 coats look like. So it's just a nice little hint of color, but it's not overpowering. So what I am going to show you guys is my personal favorite trick, which is applying a cream blush first. So on my incredibly sparkly arm, I'm going to be using the ColourPop blush sticks in the shade 25-8. I think it's a play on 24/7. I could be completely wrong, but so that's what that looks like. And now, of course, blend it out. That's going to look a lot differently. So I'm going to blend that out with a brush really quick. And now that I have blended it out, you will see it still leaves that nice wash of color. So going in to the Pillow Talk blush, put it right over, and see how it enhances it, and you can still have like that gorgeous wash of like pinky rose color, but it adds that little bit of shimmer from like the pop part of the blush. Okay, so I grabbed my Ben Nye color wheel. It's like, I believe it's called a blush cream contour wheel, and one of my friends who's a makeup artist, she's done my makeup for a old Hollywood type of shoot. She recommended this and said that it is to die for putting basically a powder blush over a cream blush. So I'm gonna go in with this blush right here, and I'm gonna apply that to my arm. And now, if people seem to like the video, I would love to do like a tutorial, I guess, on how I use the ColourPop, I'm sorry to say ColourPop, I meant the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk collection, and basically like a little mini tutorial. And once again, I am not a makeup artist, but I do like to play with makeup. So those are the 2 blushes from the Ben Nye, which I hope I'm pronouncing right. And I'm gonna take the blush brush, it's fun to say, and I'm just gonna blend it out so that you can see that it's like, this is definitely a more intense kind of corally red blush, and then this one's definitely more of like a princess pink type of blush. And then so going over it with the Charlotte Tilbury, loaded that up. Oh, that's beautiful. Sorry, it doesn't translate as well on camera as it is in real life. It looks kind of dirty right here, but when you see it in real life, it looks like absolute heaven. I'm gonna see if it, maybe on the lighter one it looks better. Yeah, you can't really tell, probably just because of the lighting setup I have at the moment, but it honestly enhances it so much, and I think it looks so beautiful. Okay, don't mind my water I'm using to hold up the lipsticks, but my final impressions on the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk collection, or at least the things I've reviewed, is it's a definite must if you have the money for it. If you do not feel like you will never find anything that looks exactly like these, because there are dupes out there, and I am gonna put them in my pinned comment down below, the ones I find online and ones that I've personally tested. But yeah, if you have the money, and especially if you are a model or maybe a new model or a makeup artist, and these tend to be like a look you really want, or a look that you think plays off really nicely on your skin tone. Let me see if the blushes look better here. Nope. Oh, my setup's so bad. But I think it's a definite must when it comes to that. My mom personally gifted this collection to me for Easter, so I did not buy this on my own. I have bought all my other Charlotte Tilbury products, but she gifted this to me for Easter, which was one of the sweetest things ever, because she knew exactly what I think I would have wanted. So it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful collection. Just if it's not in your budget range, look at the dupes out there if you really like the looks. Anyways, I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope everybody is staying safe out there and entertained and having a good day. I will be hopefully posting more on YouTube. I took a little, like, 2-week break, I believe, or maybe it was a week. I don't know, the days feel so long, that just kind of, I think, to rest, because my brain's been going crazy with ideas and stuff. But I do just want to say to anybody who's watching, even if there's just one person watching, thank you so much. And if you would like to see a tutorial version of it, please let me know. I'd be happy to do it. I could maybe film in my own room, hopefully, so I have a better lighting. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you stay safe and have a beautiful day. Mwah!